Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Airplane of the Game of League of Legends. I'm the Strategy Professor doing a little Fiddlesticks support here. Had to blow my flash early on a botched level 1. I mean, I think Blitz can be good too. I mean, I could have picked Blitz here. I didn't know who they were going to pick. Or wait, did I know they had Soraka? I don't know. I mean, Blitz is good. We needed AP because both the mid and the top are AD, so we needed to have an AP threat. So really, that probably means Vel'Koz, Zyra, or oh god, please don't walk that way and take like all of your health and damage. What? I gotta block his Q. Like, this is next level. Like, why is she moving so fast? Dude, is this guy high or what? Like, dude, he is about to kill you. Oh my god, man. What the?
Yes, my master.
Why is that funny, Vayne? She literally walked up and took her entire health bar and damage from that Ezreal without hitting him back once. Like, LOL, man. All right. Well, I mean, this lane's basically done. They can just heal through it. Like, we needed to push, and now we really can't, because we're just too far behind. (16-0). That is a 0 CS at 4 minutes. God, she's gonna die, like... Dude. That's literally a level 1 0 CS Vayne at 4 minutes. Don't even start Vayne.
The end is near. Silver of the moon.
Well. I guess the push plan's out the window, so we're just gonna start leveling up the fear and just work on level 6.
Are you afraid?
See, now we're running into like the, you know, the Wood Division people that got boosted to like gold 5. Like, now that's a thing.
I feel your fear.
He probably went back to get his tier.
Yes, my master.
First blood.
Alright. Well, I mean, we can do it with, Alright.
Indeed.
Yeah, but I can't. gonna be very, very minimal. I don't think there was a cannon minion close by. And it was pushing. I mean, she's already having a hard enough time last hitting. I knew we were backing anyways, like after we pushed that up. Well, that's a really good goal, Anival. You're better than most of the even high plat 80 carries if you can get 80 CS. $70 is respectable in platinum, I think. It depends on how like tough the lane is, but so I'm happy with 70 if people get 70 by 10. Vayne might crack 40, we'll see. Okay, we got his flash. It's fine. Support flash for 80 carry flash. I'll take it. Soraka stayed, and she's got really low. Do they have a Sheen already? No. He just hurts. Oh, she face checked it, huh?
An enemy has been slain.
The end is near.
No.
Ally has been slain.
All right. Should have dropped a ward or two. I was just too scared with Brand. I just need to get back because I could walk over there, but it's going to take, you know, 10, 15 seconds, and they're going to be back in lane, and that means this Vayne's going to be in lane for like 15 seconds without me, which is something I don't want to see, so. Vayne got run out of lane. Like, Vayne literally had 0 CS at like 4 or 5 minutes into the game. She walked this way and got like almost 100 to 0 by Ezreal, level 1. He just auto-attacked her like 10 times or something, so that's why I'm ahead in levels.
An enemy has been slain. Killing spree.
I don't know if this is warded or not. No, don't get baited, don't get baited! Oh! Oh yeah, there's Brand. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. There is a lot more variance as the elos go down. And we don't know where Brand is yet. Yeah, if I was his Vayne, I wouldn't be question marking me. If I get some CS, I would be saying, thank you for not raging at me, Mr. Diamond last season support. For getting run out of lane at level 1. I want to get this level. Yeah, okay, I'm coming. I should be able to drain tank this. At least some of it. I don't have an ult. Brand's gonna light some people up. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's just what I need to do. Now that I'm falling down to like getting paired with like silvers and low golds, I just have to play AP support every game. Which I'm sure a lot of people on the channel wouldn't mind. Like, we do have a lot of fans of AP supports. I mean, I've done it with Janna in the past. I don't know. This meta is just so whack. Like, people aren't playing what they should be playing in the meta, and AP supports are just good, and if your team's wacky, I guess. Well, I think we're obviously doing pretty well this game. You can do it as Janna. I did it last season as Janna. It's just a weird time that we live in this season. I mean, Janna's still my highest win rate. I'd say my average elo over the whole season has probably been like Platinum 4. I think Janna can still be pretty good even in lower. She's still down 30 CS though. Oh, she just ulted, I think.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay. Abort. My boy got fiddled. I done fiddled him. Done fiddled him. Alright. Soraka playing Rambo. That's right, Francisco.
Yes, my master. The end is near.
Yeah, I think this Banshee's, I haven't even gotten the Banshees. But I think Fiddle, Fiddle feels pretty good. I mean, Fiddle's always good when people don't play tanks. And people, even though this is the tank patch in this elo, they just will not play tanks, it seems like. Dude, you can't do much. damage off Ezreal just like tickled me. Why is Trundle in your top tier list? Why is he there? Or why isn't he there? He's always been there.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean for top lane? I think he's really good top lane right now. He's really good against tanks. I mean, when tanks are in, Trundle's in. Top lane, I think he's a pretty good fighter. That's what I think. Now, he's rare. You're not going to see him a lot, but... I think AP's kind of out, with the exception of like a couple of AP tanks like Gragas. Stuff like that. I mean, Rumble might still be pretty good, but...
The end is near. I feel your fear.
We need... GP doesn't have TP. Does he have ult? He does have ult. What?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
That's that Rift Herald, though. Get him! Get him, Betty! I don't know her name. Need to give her a name, man. Got Baron Nashor, and this is just the Rift Herald. What?
Godlike.
Hmm. Yeah, let's just back up. Back it up. It's good enough. What is a tweener? Is that someone who's like a teenager, 20-something? Like, is that kind of like 18 to 24? Is that called a tweener? I don't know. I heard that phrase the other day, and I was like, what is that?
Legendary.
Then I tried to look it up, and it was like all the definitions I was finding was just someone who's in between something else. But it wasn't specific to like age or whatever. Like if you call somebody a tweener, is that like they could be 20, you know, they could be 18? Well, people will play the tanks eventually once they get smart, at least at higher elos. I mean, doing tier lists is hard because I try to like, you know, sort of in the middle. It's around like, you know, goldish type of elo. Like I try to pick stuff that's good at all elos, but some stuff is way better. You know, like Sona's way higher up if you're in silver and bronze. So I try to go kind of, you know, a preteen. Okay. Nice, good job, Ray. Oh, okay. Well, it didn't make sense in this context then. I guess the show didn't do its research, or maybe it was meant to be a different kind of insult. But on Lucifer, one of the scenes from like the newest episode or whatever, this girl tries to insult someone else by calling them a tweener, and the girl in question that she's insulting is clearly over 14. She looks like she could be, you know, like 22 or something, and that's why I was thinking, I was like, okay, if it's something that's like 20, like 18 to 24, maybe that would make sense. It's calling her on the young side, but could it be someone who is acting like they're in that age range? This person's like question marking. Someone who's wearing a bunch of, I don't even know what 14-year-olds wear. Anything I would say, I haven't seen 14-year-olds in a long time. I see 18-year-olds all the time. My classes, but I guess 14-year-olds are probably not that different.
Has destroyed a turret.
The cool thing about Fiddlesticks as a support don't fall into any predetermined clicks. It's neither. Wait, what does what mean? A heel or a face, okay. It is for between, okay. So the show, I mean, maybe I just misunderstood. That was a strange insult for the show to throw down there then. I guess, because the girl in question, clearly, the woman in question is clearly a woman. It's not, like, in between anything. She's just, she dresses on the young side. Probably younger than she should. But she looks young. She's, like, just very bedazzled, like, with this kind of, like, pink tips in her hair, and she's just... I mean, she's an exotic dancer in the show, and she looks like an exotic dancer on the show. Like, a really hot exotic dancer. And it makes this girl jealous, and then she calls her a tweener. She calls her a bedazzled tweener. So it just kind of threw me off a little bit. Geralda from the Rift. They should call her Geralda, that'd be good. That reminds me of Geraldo. Is he still on the air? That guy's got to be like 80 now or something. Is Montel Williams and like Ricky Lake, are they still on the air? I remember those things from the 90s, you know, back before there was really the internet. It's the middle of the day, just try to watch something on TV, just to kind of pass the time when The Price is Right wasn't on. And occasionally I'd watch some of those. What, a Jerry Springer, is Jerry Springer still on? That was like the one that was kind of like, I think that was the one that really made sort of the trashy, like, fake drama talk show famous. Now it's Dr. Phil, I guess, but we can't do this. I can't jump into that. Oh, now I can. Ricky Lake. God, I remember watching that thing some in middle school. Or Jerry Springer, both of them. I went to a pretty rough around the edges middle school, and everyone loved to talk about Springer. It was like the WWF of talk shows. Jerry, that's right. Actually called Leroy. That's pretty good. Leroy Jenkins, I love that meme, man. It's so true. That is so true. If you ever rated, there's always a Leroy somewhere that just doesn't get it. It's like, dude, you have to chill. You have to wait until the boss does this thing. And then they're just like, nah, man, here we go, you know. you're in a serious guild, that'll get you kicked out real quick, but, you know, it's just kind of more casual. Unless you're, like, cool with somebody. It's WWE now. I did have a chill guild back in Burning Crusade, though. We had a couple of goofballs that would do that every now and then. And it's kind of funny once or twice, you know, if somebody goofs up and is a little too aggressive. But, you know, when you've been trying to down a boss for like 20 hours and people keep screwing up stuff, you know. Hey, another. I do play tank supports. I play whatever wins. I don't, you know, if the meta call, like, if my team calls for a tank support, I play it. Last season, 5 of my top 6 played supports were tank supports. They're just not in a good place right now, I don't think. I mean, I like Tom Kench in some, like, in some matchups. I do actually like AP supports now. I like this Banshee's change a lot. For AP supports, and I also like the Eye of the Watcher's change quite a lot, because that makes them a lot safer, which is sweet. That was one of the big problems, is kind of in the mid-game, they can get caught out and killed by assassins. See, Fiddle not only does massive damage, but that, like, crowd control is so brutal. It is so annoying. If you've never played against a Fiddlestick support, like... It's like, his fear is infuriating. I've won almost every AP support game. The one was like a crazy fluke. We should have won it. But it's felt really good tonight. Maybe I'll have to revise some. I'm not reshooting the patch notes video, but I'll put some asterisks in there, and I might change the support tier list a little bit. We'll see. Give him another chance. I am in a lower elo right now, though, too, so that has a lot to do with it, but I do like the Eye of the Watcher switch now. It's just so much that's changed. It's so hard to predict, like, what's going to be good and what's not. I like that, Girl Fury. Lee Sin is short for Leroy. That is a very, very astute observation. Going full Leroy. Why didn't we push when we had Baron? I don't know, man. I have to go back and look. I think we were pretty productive the whole game, from what I remember. What time is it? 4:13. How are we looking on people? Now we're still rocking 185. Asterisks. Well, I do teach, you know, I am actually a college professor. Sometimes I do let some of my, my fancy language seep in. Okay, that's it for the Fiddle video. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.